fantastic. He's well known, he's well liked. Mr. Christopher Creary recently retired from duties as a tour guide with the Hope Botanical Gardens. And we asked him to join us today on a different kind of walk down memory lane. As I say, I don't know when my top boat retire. Look how the man look like he's younger than me. Morning, sir. Welcome.
Good morning to you.
Congrats on all you have done thus far. But I know you can't go through every single day for the last 15 years, but tell me when you started, how you started, why you became a guard. But you were doing stuff at Hope Gardens before that, not a guard, a tour guide. Yeah.
Well, I came to Hope Gardens as a security. I applied for a security position. As a matter of fact, I made signs. I'm an artist. I make up some signs for Hope Gardens, and a friend of mine called me and said to me, Chris, there's an opening in Hope Gardens and it's in the paper. So went to Mr. Simon, Mr. Derek Simon, who still manages it. And he said to me that I should write an application. I sat on the veranda, wrote the application, gave it to him, and he said, no, go and get it typed. And I got it typed, gave it to him. Within a 2 weeks period, I was accepted as a security officer.
As a security officer?
Yeah, internal security officer.
Which means, when you say internal, which area you
so
were?
we're not working with a company, but with Hope
Okay, with Hope Gardens itself?
Yes.
And your job, I know what a security guard does, but as an internal, your job was what? To make sure people don't mash up the place?
Yes, that in one, and to take care and to give information about the gardens and so on.
So where you got that information from as a security guard?
Well, I think I was very inquisitive.
You did fast?
Yes, fast in the people in business, and went and started to search for information about the gardens.
But why? Why you wanted to do that?
Because their visitors are going to come in and I need to tell them what the garden is all about. I don't want anybody come ask me and then, oops, I don't know what the tree
But your job was a security guard, not
yes,
a tour guide.
No.
But you just decided you wanted that.
Yes.
How you got involved with the botanical, with the Chinese gardens?
In 2014, Mr. Leslie Chung, former chairman of, he put me to work at nights with the Chinese, because the Chinese had just arrived from China and they had gotten that 11 acres of land for them to work, put the Chinese guard. So I was working with them at night.
Okay.
And while working with them at nights, I spoke to one of them. He showed me an app on the phone, so I started to look at the app and started to look at things and I know a couple of words in Chinese, and it was from there that I started to get really inquisitive into what was happening.
To the point that you were offered a trip to China? Yes,
and I was also attending the University of the West Indies Confucius Institute, where I was doing Mandarin.
I didn't know that. So you can speak Mandarin, no?
Not fluently, because I'm not practicing. Chinese language, you have to be practicing too.
What was your journey like?
Wow, awesome. It was awesome.
When you do the tours, who comes? Is it school kids, is big people, is men, is foreigners, local people? Who comes on these tours?
People from all over the world. And I got a lot of schools. Monroe, there's so many schools.
Yeah.
So many.
But how did you have to write down these things and say, all right, this tree come from so and it is 100,000 years old, or you just remember all these things that you heard?
When I'm on the tour,
yeah,
I remember everything.
You remember everything?
Yes, and if I give you a tour now, and it lasts an hour and 20 minutes, probably the next tour I give you, there's a different set of information coming.
Okay, how long would the tour normally last?
It's between 45 minutes to an hour and 20 minutes, depending on the crowd, and it also depends on the amount of questions that I will be asked.
Okay.
So, because I'm not in the Chinese garden or in the garden itself. When I'm giving a tour, I'm not just talking about the trees nor the buildings, but I'm going way back in history, like from 1671 when
we have trees. We were just looking at some. We have trees that I'm going to say this a little better this way. It's foreign tree. We have
99.9% of the trees in Hope Gardens are not native.
Wow.
And there are 2,121 trees in there from species of about 201 species.
Oh, so your memory brilliant. We were talking before you came on. You chose to retire.
Yes,
Why?
I did.
Why?
There's a lot more stuff for me to do out there. And I think
Out there as opposed to outside of the
garden. I have stuff to do.
You can share any of that stuff?
One I'm very sure of is that I'll be doing a lot more music tours, and I'm wanting to write a couple of books that I...
You wrote a couple of books?
Yes, I want to finish them.
When you sit back and the grandkids say, Grandpa, tell me something about Hope Gardens. What's the first memory that would come to you? Obviously, you can't tell me everything, obviously, but what would be the first or greatest memory you would have of that place?
The large trees. there are a couple of trees that I think are heritage trees, but they are not native, but I think they're heritage trees based on their age and their size, like the one that they call the French peanut, the Panama tree, the Sibia pentandra, that's the silk cotton tree.
Just that show up for me. You know, when I was a little boy, and I still say it now, that when I see a grassy surface that's really manicured, and I always say, boy, it looked like Hope Garden. That's what I remember as a little boy. Oh. Is that place still this pristine looking?
Yes.
Or has it fallen into, for want of a better word, disrepair?
No, the garden is still being kept up properly. Only some areas down at the back there's a lot of bush down there, but that's not in the garden itself where people would come to occupy, because that part is the old plant nursery, which is called Granamy, and that's way down the back.
Okay.
But otherwise from that, the garden is in pristine condition.
So when you tell the grandkids the trees, that will be your memory of Hope Gardens?
Yes, those large trees.
The books that you want to write, what will they be about?
One of my books is about Jamaican music. The other is about the trees, the non-native trees that came here, and how they got here and what they're used for. And Hope Garden is a botanic garden, so therefore we shouldn't have any poison in the garden planted. But there are a few trees that are toxic, yes, okay. and you should not consume it. So, you know. But the books that I'm going to write is based on the trees, music, and I'm planning to do one that is called The Tour. Yeah.
Any regrets at all?
No, just like...
So when you think about Hope Gardens, it's just happiness?
Yeah, because I've gotten a lot of opportunities working there.
What was it like, by the way, in China? What was it?
Awesome.
What you did when
I climbed the Great Wall of China. We went to the Central Museum. That museum is the largest thing I've ever seen. It's 3 stories high, and when you get on top of it and look down, the cars look like the cup.
What is on the 3-story?
I mean, the floors, they're way up. They're way up. On one floor, I remember being on one floor, and it was all replicas and golden statues.
Okay. Are you still in touch with these people who helped you to go to China, or you no?
No.
Did you meet anyone in China that you kept in touch with at all?
Yes.
Even now?
Yes.
Oh, fine.
Yes.
Give me something in a Mandarin, man. So something, good morning, goodbye, anything.
Zhou Shahan means good morning.
Zhong Shahan? I mean, you laugh after.
No, Zhou Shahan.
What again?
Good. Zhou Shahan.
Zhong Shahan.
And all right, I can say Weng Lai Do Tong Lu Yuan, and that means welcome to the Harmonious Enjoyment Garden.
Yeah, big thing in a youth. I love you, man. I love you plenty, man. Great job. Great job. I'm sure a lot of people have great memories of you being the tour guide, and I'm certain you will have great memories.
Yes, I do. I will. Yes.
Yeah, man. All right. I don't know why you retired, but you know why. So, historian, retired Hope Gardens tour guide, Mr. Christopher Creary. Stay with us, folks. Soon come.